What's up, everyone? So, video number 2 of this pec rehab series. Basically just giving you an update. Right now I'm exactly 17 days from when the pec strain or pec tear occurred. So I'm just going to be giving you an update of where I'm at in the recovery process, how I'm feeling, how much strength I gained back, all that good stuff. So in terms of range of motion, I'm able to move my arm all the way. Just the slightest bit of discomfort or stretch, but it's only certain points. So like right now I feel good, but throughout the day if I like swing my backpack over my shoulder, put it on, then at that point I will feel a little something, but big deal, it's normal. I can go all the way down bench press, I can press forward, no problem. Stretching, range of motion improved a lot. In terms of actual muscle and how it looks, you probably still notice there's some redness right here, but that redness is not from the injury at all. It will look exactly like this part, except for you should be able to tell right here. There's one little part right here in the middle where it's extra red, a lot darker. That's the actual tear in the muscle where it happened. That's the center point. That's the only part that's not. It doesn't seem to be healing as fast, but that's okay. A little bit of discoloration doesn't faze me. But you may be wondering, okay, why is it so red then? That redness was because of this little guy right here. Look at that. So this is called a scraper, massage scraper, whatever you want to call it. Basically, you just rub it on your body, scrub. Actually, gotta apply some decent amount of pressure. So the way I found out about this is I was in class, and the professor brought in one of his former classmates when I was with them during his master's program, and she went down the chiropractic massage therapy route, and he brought her in just to give the students a different outlook on what you can do with a kinesiology degree outside of just physical therapy, because that's the common thing. So she was going over chiropractics, massage therapy and all that, and I was also asking some questions like who here has an injury, who here needs some help, like just minor, just giving little tips and tricks. And one of the students in the class has his foot in a boot because he broke some bone in his leg, and then he said, oh, I have a lot of muscle atrophy already in that leg, and then what can I do for that? And she actually took one of these out, obviously not this exact one, but something similar, and she's like, oh, this will really help out with, and then she was explaining it, and I was like, I've seen them applied, but I never really knew what they were or what the benefits were exactly. So then I asked her, I'm like, okay, how beneficial would that be for a muscle strain or a muscle tear? And she's like, oh, this is, you would want this, you need this for the rehab process of a pec strain, especially in this area. I'm like, oh, is that so? So right away, went home, ordered it, got it the next day, and believe me when I tell you, this little thing has worked wonders. The day before it came, I was still really tight. Up to a certain point, I was feeling the tight stretch right here in this region, so certain movements were uncomfortable. So I did my research, also asked her a bunch of questions. Okay, how much pressure should I be applying? What direction? All these good stuff. Because obviously she's an expert. She's got her degree and all this. She went to school and she knows what to do. And I applied everything. The next day, oh my God, I had so much range of motion, pain-free, just like wow. So the way I've been applying this is, well, let's give a little bit of background. When you have a pec or any muscle tear, your body's going to develop scar tissue in that area, especially where where the wound is. Now a lot of people say they're going to break apart scar tissue. You don't want to break apart scar tissue. Think about scar tissue as the band-aid that's holding the two pieces together. If you break that apart, there's nothing holding those two pieces. You're basically just opening up the wound. The thing is, and I explained this in my last video, scar tissue goes like this, like in a kind of like crisscross, kind of like just whatever pattern. But what you want to do is you want to massage it so you can try to realign that tissue so it lines up parallel with the rest of the fibers of that muscle. So for your pec, specifically right here in this region where I injured myself, fibers run this way. So what I want to do is I want to massage the scar tissue going this way, so that way I can try to realign it horizontally. So I've been using this, specifically the round side and this wavy looking side. So I've just been going down, up and down, just really scraping it, applying a good amount of pressure. That's the reason why it looks red, okay? It's not normally red. Usually it looks like this, my normal skin color. So I've just been going down all the way, and obviously it does feel uncomfortable because I am applying some good pressure, especially when I hit it with the grooves right here. That digs a little bit deeper, but that's okay. Like I said, it's really been helping out. I get a couple in like that, open up, and I've been getting a little bit of every region, not just the direct spot where the injury occurred, which is right here, like I already said, but also the region around it. All right, just playing it safe, getting everything, really moving it out. It's been really helping out. In terms of the actual muscle shape, only if you're really looking at it, you'll see like the deformity. So let's compare my right pec, which is the good one. This is how it looks like relaxed. If I were to flex it, you see a little bit of a bulge right here, but part of that is also just, you know, skin folding. And you see the indentation right here of the muscle, or the muscle definition. And if I go a little harder and I flex, boom, you kind of start seeing a little bit of definition between the different regions of the pec. Nothing crazy, but if I were to go on this side, alright, you see a little bit, it just looks slightly different, and especially like I said, remember this little dark red spot, this is the prime spot where the tear happens. If I flex it, boom, you see it goes in a little bit more of a half circle shape as compared to right here. It's not as rounded. So like I said, you may not notice it unless you're really actively trying to look for it. You kind of see right here also kind of like a half circle or a little bulge right here that you don't find as prominent this side. Or else like both at the same time. From this angle, you really be able to tell. Look how this indentation is more or less round. I mean, not round, straight. But look how this indentation on this side looks more like a half circle. So you tell me if there's a difference. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. One of them is straighter, the other one is rounder. So that's how it looks like right there. That's how it looks like there. But like I said, I'm not making a big deal of it. I really don't care if it's, you know, misshapen. If I'm relaxed, you won't even tell as much. It's only if I actively try to flex it that happens. So that's just an update on there. Now I'm going to be showing you an update of what exercises I'm doing to rehab it and how much strength I've gained since the last video. That's Ale in the background. So first exercise, it's exactly the same as what I did last week. I'm just going to do some air presses, going up to 10, and then afterwards I'm going to start doing what I call like kind of like sideways arm huggers. So a typical arm hugger will go like this. Now sideways, almost like an X pattern, it'll be going up diagonally. So I'll go 10 in one direction, and then I'll go 10 the other direction. And I'll repeat that whole process. I'll do 3 sets of 10, each one back to back to back. So, let's get it.
What are we gonna do? I just want to get this. Wait.
Alright, did my 3 sets of 10 for each direction, forward, sideways, and then the other side. Now, next exercise I've been doing is actually something I've been doing even pre pec injury. It's called the Cuban press. So this actually I found works really good for rehab my pec, because on the way up, I'm getting that stretch that used to be tight right here in the pec where the injury was. And then as I get to the top, I'm also going to that external rotation, which again was also irritating my pec. So now it allows me to go through that full range of motion with a little bit of resistance as well. So I don't know, I just like it. So same thing, 3 sets of 10. And if you don't have anything to put your chest up against like this, you can do it on a bench, just put it on incline, I don't know, figure it out. Alright, so last week, I'm sure you remember, I attempted, or not last week, a little over a week ago, or my last video basically, I attempted dumbbell bench press with the 5s and it was too much of a strain. Well, take a look at this now. Alright, so I can do it now, no issue. I feel the slightest bit of contraction on the way up, but at this point, I'm like, okay, I need to start getting this pec to be functioning again. So no issue, not gonna go heavier, going to stick with the 5-pound dumbbells. Again,
3 sets of 10. That was 1. Got 2 left. And lastly, we got regular bench press with the bar. Sure, the last video you remember I was just using the PVC pipe, which weighs nothing. Now I'm using this bar, weighs exactly 10 pounds. I might add, you know, those real heavy 2.5s, so finally someone other than Ale could be using them. She's staring at me right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna be going through the range of motion again, not trying to get a massive pump in the chest. Just gotta get some movement in here, get some fresh blood flow. Just gotta start getting used to going through the motion of what I used to be able to do. So let's get it. So, just put the 5s on the bar, so it brings us a grand total of 20 pounds. Catching up to Alice's PR.
I feel it's more than that.
Well, come give me a spot, bro. Yeah. So this is the heaviest I've benched or really had any type of load, because all I've been doing is 5 and 5 on the dumbbells and 10 pounds on this bar. So it's definitely gonna feel weird. I already know it's gonna feel uncomfortable, but that's okay. This is the next step up. Alright, if you see me like any type of thing, just like that. Okay. Alright. Felt a little bit of that pressure on the way up. Similar to how last video's pressure was when I was doing the 5-pound dumbbells. I said like, ah no, that's a little bit too much. I feel it. I'm feeling that, but not as bad. Just a little bit of a, I don't know, discomfort. It's the best way to put it. But overall, at least now I know I can do that. Remember, when it comes to injuries like this, don't push the recovery process. Take it slow, take it day by day. If you're feeling really good one day, don't feel like that's the green light to go even heavier or do more than what you're supposed to. That's why you're gonna re-injure yourself. So even though it's so good, I'm not gonna go heavier. I'm not even gonna push it to 10. It's supposed to be 10. I'm gonna stop at 5 because, like I said, I feel this. So I'll just do the other set of 5, cap at that. But even by the last set, if I'm feeling it too much by 3, I'm stopping at 3. You gotta listen to your body when it comes to these type of things. Okay. So that was the new recovery rehab work that I've been doing. So you see, it started off with the scraping in the morning. Again, that scraper tool, you can get it, I got it at Amazon, 15 bucks. Afterwards, now we're outside here at the gym. Started off with my air presses and my X huggers, whatever you want to call these. 3 sets of 10 each, all back to back to back. Then we did a Cuban press, so I can get that stretch in the chest on the way up, and I could get that external rotation, so a little bit extra stretch that I wasn't able to get before when the injury was fresh. So that's good progress. 3 sets of 10 on that. Dumbbell bench press with just the 5s, felt really good. 3 sets of 10 on that. Bench, did 1 set of 10 with just the bar, and then now I'm about to do, you already saw I did 1 set of 5. This I'm gonna do another set of 5 with just overall 20 pounds, just being real mindful about this chest. And other things I've been doing is every night I've been putting what's it called? What's that thing called that makes it hot?
Icy hot?
It's not icy hot, it's the Mexican one. Bengay, yeah. So I think that's like the Mexican brand, I think, right?
I think so.
I don't know, that's what we use. So yeah, I've been putting it at night to get some heat in there. I'll also put it sometimes pre-workout just to heat up the muscle, to warm it up a little bit more. So that's been really helping out. Obviously I don't put a whole bunch of it, just right here in the injured area. I've also been drinking a lot of collagen powder get it at Costco, wherever. That's been really helping out with the injury because, you know, it's gonna help really build up all those little tears. And just massaging it throughout the day. I've been going like this. Like you already saw, I mentioned earlier when it came to the scraper tool, I'm going up and down. I'm not going side to side because I want to try to realign the scar tissue that's going up and down so that it lines up parallel with the other muscle fibers going across my chest. So even throughout the day, I'm just going like this, using my knuckles, using my fingers, just going straight up and down. I'm feeling really good throughout the day. You just gotta do what you gotta do. So that'll be it for this. Eventually, maybe I'll make another update video, probably when I can bench one plate again to see how it goes. But with that being said, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also subscribe to Alice's channel. If you didn't know, she has her own channel, all social media accounts. All the links will be down in the description below. And okay. And we also have a couples account, so that will be up in the description below.
Yeah, subscribe to the couples because
they can't hear what you're saying, but I was able to hear it. She said I'm gonna get pranked apparently. Anyways, yeah. So subscribe to all 3 channels and platforms. Like this video. We'll catch you all next time.